So, I'm coming to you today in wobbly camera vision. This is the cabinets on the side of my kitchen. I don't really feel like going upstairs where I usually make my videos because it's freaking hot upstairs. And there's a lot of ducks up there making noise, so. Anyway, this is my 6th week on tea, I think. Yeah, 6. I didn't get a video made on Tuesday. I was trying to get a recording of me doing the whole setup of my injection and going along and doing the thing and get the whole thing done. It's like 8.5 minutes long, and I hit the upload button and it doesn't upload. And since I'm using the direct, record video directly from webcam option that YouTube has, I don't really get a second shot at that, so I'll try again in another 2 weeks. Just so that there's one more addition to the giant collection of self-injection videos. Kind of out of it today. I was standing in line for the bottle deposit returns. There's one store, the grocery store that I go to, that New York is one of the states where you can return cans to get... Yeah, right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right in here on the lid of the can. One of the places where you can take back cans like this to get a nickel. You know, you pay a nickel when you get it, pay a bottle deposit, and then you take it back to the store and you feed it in a machine, and it either pops you out a credit slip for the store or nickels. And this machine, the machines at this store actually hand out change. So I'm usually standing in line with a bunch of desperately poor and homeless people who fished most of their bottles and cans out of trash cans for the return, but I don't mind. I'm lucky I'm not one of those people. But I was standing in line, and very, very old man in front of me had probably tried 2 or 3 dozen times with some of these bottles trying to get the worn-out labels, the barcodes on the worn-out labels to scan. When he finally finishes, gets all the bottles, gets all of his change and everything, he turns around and he says, "Thank you, young man, you were very patient," and he goes to leave. There's a woman in line behind me, frowns at the guy as he walks out and turns to me and looks at me and says, "Aren't you a young woman?" So I just shake my head, try not to smile too much. I like that. That's just perfect to me, that 2 people could see me at the exact same time, and one of them's gonna think I'm a guy and one of them's gonna think I'm a girl. That's just perfect for me. That's just what I want. If I knew I could get that consistently, I'd stop taking my shots right now. At least I'd try to. It's been 6 weeks. So this has been 7 weeks now without my period. So I guess that makes it official. Knock on wood. That, half a dose seems to be enough to stop my menstrual cycle. Over-fucking joyed about, by the way, so. I'm sitting here because I just cleaned this part of the house. It's very nice to actually be able to sit on the floor, and the floor is not, well, not horrendously filthy anyway. Cleaner part of the floor. To actually be able to sit on the floor and not be worried about something eating me. I just finished baking. Well, actually I'm waiting for the oven to heat up. I have this really awesome, really epic recipe that I've been working on for a year or 2 to make molasses bread. Stay in the can, stay in the pan, stay in the pan. Okay. And molasses bread is kind of like banana bread, except it's made with blackstrap molasses, which is this really epic stuff that they get when they pull the white sugar out of the sugar cane. Like, this is the nasty bitter part that's left over. It tastes like blood. Like, it really tastes like really sweet blood, and it's got an absurd amount of calcium and iron in it. So if you're anemic, you should consider bugging me to put up a video about how to make this stuff, because it's cool. It's pretty simple, I guess. I make it with, like, flaxseed and wheat bran and all that kind of stuff in it, but I have a more basic version of it, you know. It's good stuff. Haven't really noticed any new changes, since, despite being horrendously off track, this is still supposed to be a video about tea progress, but it happened today. I was really entertained by that. I was just like, it's probably the earrings. Tingle, 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 tingle. I was starting to get surd often enough that I decided it would be cool for me to start wearing jewelry again. To try and... One of the things I'm starting to work on now is making sure that I don't... doing my best to make sure that I don't end up too masculine looking. Like, I've actually been experimenting with wearing skirts and stuff again. Not that I really did often before, but I do have a couple that I really like. I'm trying to keep that androgynous appearance that I want so badly. So, because I feel like a guy, and I want to feel like a guy, but I don't necessarily want to look like a guy, which is where the whole, like, genderqueer thing comes in. My sexual identity is that of a male, whereas my gender identity is definitely that of a very, very queer person. I would consider myself, like, super queer. So, yeah. I'm still entertained by how much my voice is dropping. Having fun with that. Actually singing and not, like, struggling to push the notes low enough to get them out to finish the song, but, like, singing, like, in this tone of voice. La 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 la. So one of the things that I have to start doing soon is looking for somewhere to get voice lessons so that I can try not to lose my female register, because I do a lot of... I have in the past, and in the future I still want to do quite a bit of live-action role-playing and theater work, for which I would still like to be able to sound convincingly like a female. You know, then I would technically be able to get cast as either gender role, and that would be cool. That would be really cool. So, well, that and the obvious bonus of being able to, like, go visit my family and them not to be like, why do you sound like a man? And me to be like, I don't sound like a man, really. No, I don't. Without having to sound ridiculous. But, yeah. This video's getting long. I think I'm gonna chill. But, yeah, tea's still going. Doing the injection at home was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Like, I'm like, needle. I'm really gonna stick myself with a needle sitting at my desk. Okay, stab. Like, if I hadn't been doing it on camera, I probably would have hesitated longer, but I was like, I can't edit this, so I better not waste too much time. Grr, jab. But, yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, that's right, ending the video now. Let's do that.